Okay guys, welcome back to my channel. This is the 2015 Chrysler Town and Country. Remove and reinstall the headlights. If you haven't seen the previous video, you can go back and check it out for the total removal. This is the continuation of the installation process. So this is the new headlights here. Brand new one came from Amazon, and I'm getting ready to install this new one here, brand new one. And the first thing I'm going to do, you can see safety, my negative post or positive post on my battery has been disconnected for safety. The next step is to reconnect my electrical connector, my light bulbs. And this here is your park light. This orange looking light here goes into the first inboard part here. It goes in just like that and twist it and locks in. And this one here is your high beam. Goes in here, just lines it up like that and locks it down. And this one here is your low beam, which goes in this one here. Line up the slot just like that, locks it. And then this one here is your park light. Just snap on just like that, and just go ahead and put it in place. Just like that. The next step you do here is just connect your bolts. You do not tighten your bolts at this moment here because you have the guard support here that keeps the light in place, this right here. So you only have to just reconnect your bolts in place just to support the lights at this moment. And the next one here is right here, down lower, right behind your guard. And this is the light guards here, one on each side. This right here is the light guard, and what it does is support the lights here. You see the contour sits right in here perfectly and keep the light in place. So just to run this down, snug it down nicely, not too tight, just enough that you can move the light itself. Next one. And the outboard one here. Just enough right there. Then we support the lights here. I use the light guard. Keep it in place. Get back here. You can see how it supports it. See the curvature right here, the contour shape of this guard sits in place right there. And we can tighten up on the guard. There, it sits right on the guard, and we can tell that it sits in place. The light will be straight as the manufacturer designed it to be. So on the older cars back in the, I think, 80s and probably 90s, you would have to adjust the light itself And how they used to do it, they used to come close to a stationary design, or a door, a garage door, and then they will turn the lights on and then put an X where it should be, and then they would adjust it. It should be direct. This is how they would have done it back in those days. But now we have a totally different design here. So now we know it sits in it perfectly. Now we can tighten up on the light itself. Look there. Next one is here. Yeah, the other one is right here. Okay, that's the snug, nicely sits perfectly on the guard support here. So we know the light is straight, it's tight. We know that all the electrical connectors are all in place. And before we install the bumper, what we do a light ops check, operational check, make sure that the lights, they all work properly. So first I'm going to reconnect my battery. Now I can do my lights check. So I'm going to turn my that's good. All right, I'm gonna do my left turn signal. I'm gonna do my right turn signal, go to the right side, go to the right, work the right side of the car. Now I'm doing my signal, check my signal, make sure that the left signal works. Good. Okay, I'm gonna do my high beams. You got high beams? Okay, that's low beams, so we know the operational check is good. So now we know the installation process is a success. All my lights work. The right side is all completed. I've done that before I started the video on this one here. So once I get the bumper on together, I can do a total operational check forward and aft of this vehicle to make sure that everything works good. So the next step I'm going to be doing now is reinstall the bumper. So the first thing I'm going to do is to check, make sure that my low connectors here is back in place. It has a tendency of coming out like that, so I make sure that it sits back in place and locks. That locks. On the other side here is the same process. Make sure this one here is in place. To take it out, you will twist it up and take it out like that. Put it back in, so get it down like that. And twist it and locks it in place. Okay. So the next step I'm going to do is get the bumper back in place here. This is, you have a 10mm bolt on the upper, the left side, and 10 on the right side. And then you have two clips here. If you take time to see the previous video, the removal, you will see where I remove these two clips here. These are the two clips. They go into, one goes into this hole here, and the other one goes into this hole here. And then you press down on this pin right here. What the pin does, this pin here, it expands it. This pin right here, to remove it, you would pull this pin up, take it out. To lock it, this pin will go down in place like that to expand it. See, it expands. This pin will push down and expand and locks it in place. So I will put this down, clip in first, and then push the pin and locks it in place there. And the same concept on this right side here. Push the clip down and locks it in place. Then the next step we will do here is to put this side here in place. Comes up in here. Okay, keep that in place just like that. Do the same thing on this side here. Make sure this side here is in place. Then there's a 10mm bolt. Hole is right here. This is where this bolt here goes. Okay, and then there are two regular Phillips head screws. They attach the fender guard right here. The lower one. Okay. Same process as we do the other side. Make sure this side is in place. Then we get the reconnect your fender guard. And finally, we torque these 10mm bolts here. Okay guys, this is your final reinstallation of your headlights. The right and left installation. Now I can go ahead and close the hood. And take a view from the forward side of it. Now I'm going to do my total 360 operational check. The headlights, park lights, your four-way signals, your left signal, right signals, and make sure everything works. So here we go. That's my four-way. Right signal, headlight, high beam, okay guys, thank you for your support, really appreciate it. If you follow the procedure from the beginning to the end, you can do it yourself on the 2012-15 Chrysler Town and Country. Really appreciate it. Thanks again for the support, and please subscribe, and thanks again.